Hey guys, let's take a look at this thing.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Every day, once a day, give yourself a present. Don't plan it. Don't wait for it. Just let it happen. Could be a new shirt in the men's store, a cat nap in your office chair, or 2 cups of good, hot, black coffee. Like this. A present. Like Christmas. Oh, man, that is the spot. Nothing like a great cup of black coffee.
I went and looked online and found the smallest pellet stove I could, and this is the size that it turned out. I placed a desk using the size you were looking for, which is 16. I think most of the desks will be a little bit wider, but as the refrigerator also, this is a smaller, almost apartment type size, and it's a little larger than the sizes that you had specified, but I think probably this is a more common size. And we'll look at these options here. This is just the best way I could come up with trying to fit the stuff in. And if I go into, for instance, here, we'll look at the dollhouse. Um, Basically, in order to get any room in here, and I think we're going to have to maybe, I'll let you guys see it. I've got the door pushed all the way over onto this wall as we enter, and that works out actually pretty good. It gives us 63 inches inside of the bathroom here. So we've got 63, which is good. I haven't, this is a rough draft. And then over here, we're pretty tight. So, it'd be a really good idea. We'll dive in here and look at this. And since we're trying to do, the ADA accessible type, even though I have a 36-inch door here, uh, it's tight in this area. So let's look at it as it is, kind of just check things out. And then we'll decide if I need to move this wall toward the living room. I really like this door idea you had. I think this is what you were asking for. I just got the barn doors over the top of the center section for the hanging goods and then shelves on both sides. Uh, Originally, I had the door for this bedroom on the front wall facing the great room. But if we're going to try to get the desk and possibly a little pellet stove out here, I think we probably need to keep this open for that heater, whatever it may be. You'll need, if you don't go with the pellet stove, you'd maybe put one of them warm mornings right on this wall here. We'll talk about that, but we'll have to locate where we want to put that heat in there. So that being said, let's take and do a quick fly through. I think you would ask for the 24-inch by 24-inch nightstands, which I did make these. However, if I pull them out of my library, I think they come out a little bit smaller than that. So again, these rooms, as we start looking at this here, we're going to have to dial this in, how much room we actually are going to give to that. We're 9 foot 6.5 this way. Let's take a look at this deal here, and I'll share all this with you guys here when I send it over. So we've got about 9 foot this way, and I didn't even finish this out. Typically I'll put 2 foot in there, so we're a little bit deeper than I'd have to be. I could save a little and push this in to say this right there, and then it's still pretty tight, so check that out. We're at 24 deep front to back for the structure, and then I've got the greenhouse, the additional 6. So let's take and pop up a floor and take a look at this thing here. I'll do a fly around. I won't waste a bunch of time. You guys can always go back and rewind it if you want to look at the thing in 3D. So I'll shut up and let you review. I know the door over here was possibly it'd be optional because you want to exit the other side, but I've got this drawn in as a stick frame where, since it's only a 6 foot area, it's real likely you could save, instead of having trusses built that aren't treated, if indeed you do want this to be a greenhouse, it may be better off, in my opinion, to run a ridge pole across there, maybe drop in some 2x10s, but to do this small area as an all-weather wood framed section. But again, that's definitely your guys' call. I did this kind of that kind of a frame with, this is just looks like clear fiberglass, or like a roofing panel, and then I've just sprayed it with glass, so it's just a see-through greenhouse type panel. So if we look at that, let's take and pop in there. I'm going to show the let's look at the bathroom and see how that worked. So I've got I tried to juggle in the washing machine and dryer, and at first I had the washer and dryer over on the far right hand side, but as it is, I've kind of got it in the middle, so there's a immediately when you come in, and actually with this little wing wall right here, that may not be the best. Maybe this little wing wall would be better put on the other side of the toilet over here, but it's never a good idea for me to go too far unless I share these things with you guys. Sorry about that. I'm trying to get you what it's going to look like. As I share these things with you, we can then make decisions based on what's actually fitting. And the reason I say that is because the way that I come up with the space to determine that area is I start in the kitchen trying to get what we need. And we're start with basically a washer, a wash machine, the stove, and the sink. So we've got a 36, a 24, and a 30, and then I put a base cabinet right on the end, and we've got enough for a 15-inch cabinet over here. So basically I just wanted to, before I went too far, I wanted you guys to take a look at the space, see if something like that would work. Again, I think on this one, maybe this little I wanted to have it for the hold bars. So if I grab that, flip it over the top of the toilet like this, I'm going to just put it, if I can, I'd like to put it in between the toilet and the shower basin. And that we'll have to play with that because I don't want to restrict our delivery in there. But I don't want this video to go forever either. So let me try to flip this over the center of the toilet. There we go. And then when I look at it in 3D here, it's over here, and I think I've got to get some more space, so that wall's got to be ditched here, and then I'd flip this around. I think that'll do it. Not exactly, but either way. I'll put that back in there. My thoughts were I wasn't quite sure the best way to do this in there. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll kind of sit on this. I'll send you a printed version over and let you guys take a look at that. So we've got the bathroom, the kitchen. We've got the hall that comes in there, and it actually fits in there pretty good based on where we're going to have to shove it right over to the existing wall, which does work. So the only thing we need to determine is if this is enough room in this area here, or if I need to bump this wall into the living room. And then if that doesn't work, then do we want to go out further? Right now we're at 24 feet. At that point, we just have to decide whether we want to grab the greenhouse and take this wall and push everything out further to possibly get a little more room. That's pretty tight for me. So anyways, it's hard to know what we've got until we put everything into the picture. So take a look at that, guys. Let me know what you think. And we'll have a meeting. Have a good night.